Mm. So, Mr. H, I see you. I see you in your sub. No drinks for me, though, alas. All right. Finally getting going here on the draft. It's going to be JAT Blue and OT Red game one here. This will be JAT's final game of the season because they've already been eliminated from playoff contention. So final series rather. And OT is win and they're in. If they can manage to win this series, they're guaranteed the final playoff spot. So it's something for them to play for. But yeah. Coward indeed. True. I'm very spooked. Very spooketh. Okay. Jarvan first pick here. Pretty common. Jarvan very high priority jungler. Immediately answered by the Zenzao, another high priority jungler, I feel like. And then Swain. Locked in. Probably, I think bot lane. It's going to be the Aurelia pick for JAT. Melee Coco on the Aurelia mid lane. I know he's been doing some spooky stuff with that the past few weeks. So look forward to seeing that. And then Caitlyn Poppy. Poppy, a good shout so far. A couple of really dashy champions to get rid of here. about that. Mouse pick brand, interesting. Okay, so it was a poppy top. I guess we kind of already knew that, but well, it could have been Karma mid too as well. But I do like the brand pick. Lots of brands good against champs that all clump together and go in. That is definitely what JAT has. Did they have to restart draft? No, they're in the client right now, so they're just finishing up. So we're almost to spectator delay. Speaking of which, we'll go ahead and do our Lodal today, because why not? I always like to pick a champion that's in the game to start with, so we'll go with Aurelia. A melee, female melee champ that is neither a mid laner or a top laner. So it's probably a support. Are there any jungle only champions that are melee and female? Maybe Rel? Let's try that. It's not a support either. Okay, interesting. Mana and melee. Is it Nyla? I'm gonna get that oh, that's not what I meant to click. It is a jungler though. Okay. Briar? I think that's gotta be it, right? No, it's still not a Briar. Also, Briar's a golem, apparently? That's news to me. Evelyn? Oh, okay. Let's try that. Nope. What other junglers are even in the game that fit this criteria? I genuinely don't know. I'm gonna cheat and look at the drafter here. Vi? That would be a good guess. Oh, there you go. I cheated. Look, there's only so many champions that could apply to. I just couldn't think of it. It sounds like a Rise quote to me. Yep. Anyone who talks about scrolls, Kiana? No, it has to be a jungler only. So that's what was throwing me. That's Kennan's thing. Emoji. Scorpion. I wonder who it could be. It could be anybody, actually. I have no idea who a Scorpion champion could possibly be. And that is Arcade Sona. I'd recognize that in a heartbeat. Recognize the stars. Well, that was easy. All right, we just got 10 more seconds here, and then we'll get into it. Here we go. JAT has been moving their players around a lot. It looks like Valdevin is their most expensive player by far, and it looks like he's going to be in top lane this time around.
To Summoner's Rift. Minions have spawned.
In terms of rune check here. Nothing too unusual. Lethal Tempo K is a little unusual, but I think it's fine, especially against tankier teams. High Emerald, low Diamond teams. Yeah. On average, I'd say. Are you new, Gogurty? I don't think I recognize your message. I don't think I recognize your name. But to answer your question, we do budgets, and every player has like a rating based on like their solo queue rating and their past performance and beer league and stuff. But the average for this league is yeah, here we go. Yeah, no, the average for this particular league, the style league, is about high emerald, low diamond. So, although the actual point values vary. So I think Val Devin is a Masters player, I believe, or high diamond. Whereas we have some players as low as like gold in here as well. So. Yeah, we have a very wide variety of skill levels here in the beer league. So, and we give teams a limited budget to build their teams. So you can't just group with whoever you want, usually. And, we don't manage to cast all the games, but we do try to cast as many as possible. And if you do ever see us casting, good chance it's going to be me doing it, which is fine. I enjoy doing it, so. Coming here in the mid lane, I think Roy's a little too low though. I'm not going to be able to actually have kill pressure. I'm just going to go down. First blood going on over to the Karma mid. Karma mid with Ignite, which is, I only now just noticed that, but I feel like Aurelia might have been the same thing. But it looks smart there. I don't think she gets that kill without Ignite. I can't remember the last time I saw an actual brand support. I see him a fair bit other places, but not support. I feel like that's kind of died down. I do like it this game, though. Nice combo there, gonna land a bunch of damage here on the Swain, and then Seraphine's gonna step on the trap and has to blow both sums to be able to escape. Now Caitlyn gets pulled into tower, and now Jarvan is here. I feel like they probably should be able to fight him off here. Jarvan gets another EQ. He's probably gonna pick up the kill here unless, ooh, Caitlyn manages to get out of range just in time. Okay. Why is chat so fucking dead? Where are the paid bots? I know, right? Where's Eric? That's what I want to know. I haven't seen anyone yelling in chat. To be fair, it is a Tuesday, so people busy living their lives and other such nonsense. Fight breaking out here in the jungle. Really, so I'm not going to land on anybody. And Jarvan's going in. And everyone's kind of collapsing here on this play in the jungle. Looks like it's going the way of JAT, though. They got the numbers advantage and the first kill. And all three of them for Odd are going to go down here. And Mordecai is going to get a solo kill in the top lane as well. So let's go back and see that. Oh, he just gets his ulti off. And Poppy does ult him away, but no sums on her, so she's just going to end up going down here. Don't know if that flash was necessary, but he didn't want to wait around, risk her outplaying somehow, so he's like, fuck it, I'll just flash. I don't blame him. I do that all the time. sorry, hold on.
Feel that reverb.
Okay, never mind. I guess it doesn't replay the voice clips when you rewind. I guess that makes sense. It's not like a literal recording. I'll say this is interesting. No, no Deathfire touch on the brand support. I think maybe he probably just forgot. Just put the implications of this game in the playoff prediction chat. True. Big implications. Assuming I read the standings correctly, it's win and in for OT, so. Swingland pop the ulti here, and Caitlyn no flash or E, so she's gonna end up going down. All in coming here by the Aurelia. Gets rooted. Does she have the damage to finish off the Karma? Yes, she does. Gets a revenge. As you can see, Aurelia has her full build here. Vamp Scepter. And, ooh. I don't like that. I do not like that ult at all, Mr. Valdevin. Poppy gets back off the tower, but thankfully your mid laner has roamed up here, and your jungler as well. They both come up here to cover you, so you kind of get bailed out of your bad decision there. But there you go. That's the point of teamwork. Lord knows I got baited or bailed out of some questionable decisions yesterday when I played, so it happens to everybody.
Mind the trap. Expected.
Very strong early game here for JAT, up 3k gold already. The fights have just gone their way so far. Early executioners here for Caitlyn. Very worried about that healing. I don't know if she needs to be that worried about it. Brand's got Ignite, but apparently she disagrees.
Not dented. This one.
This format. Why is there a monkey face you naming him? Alright, let me go look. damn. Wait, JAT still has a JAT still has a shot at the 8 seed? I didn't know that. I thought they were eliminated. Okay, interesting. Well, then I lied at the beginning. Then I didn't realize they were still in it. So there you go. Both these teams very much have something to play for here.
Not dented.
Well, thank you for putting that chart together, because I did not realize that. That makes things a lot more interesting. Not as good as the format, the 98% format, though. Jack gonna go ahead and move on to Dragon here. Nice Seraphine ulti, but they're gonna still stay on the Dragon. Zinzao able to get in there and steal it, and then a huge Brand will be coming in, doing tons of damage. But now the actual fight's going to break out. Aurelia's going to go in, takes down one, but now she's all alone here. Can we have some crazy Aurelia outplays here? It's not looking good. Yeah, Zinzao pretty strong in his own right. And great play there by Ott to steal the Dragon and win the fight afterwards. So, yeah, I didn't like... I didn't like using cooldowns to kind of like while also doing the Dragon at the same time. I would have liked to have seen them either fully commit to the Dragon and then fight after, or break off the Dragon after the Seraphine ulti hit. But they kind of like did half and half. But hey, that's a hard judgment call to make in the heat of the moment. That's why you want to contest before they finish. Like Ott did, because it only takes one or two people not being on the same page as the rest of their team, and their whole team fight plan goes awry. So pretty much mostly close the gap, the gold gap, right off that one play. So game very close again. If I'm JAT, I want to try to find a way to get Mordekaiser out of this lane so he can start impacting the map in team fights, because he's obviously a lot stronger than Poppy right now. And when you're way stronger in the top lane, you don't want to be stuck 1v1 against your lane opponent. You want to get out there, stretch your legs, kill some bot laners, you know, all the good stuff. All coming here in the mid lane. Oh, no, just kidding. Well, Lignit's Carbo, wow, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. I like it. It sounds like a more fun way to play Karma than just shield maxing, but I don't know about how valuable it is, but it is more fun. Ooh. Didn't quite blast plant the way he wanted, but it's okay. Actually, Aurelia says, all right, I'll take it. And, oh no! Completely whiffs the ulti. And Zinzao's going to be able to survive long enough because of this to win the fight. And the fight for them eventually goes down to the Mordekaiser in ulti, but it's going to be another huge fight here going over to Ott. You know, it's hard to hit that ulti on Aurelia when they're like right next to you. It's hard to tell what direction you should aim it, but completely whiffs it, and that definitely changed that fight completely. Okay. We should be fine here.
Shieldy.
Oh, just realized I don't have the objective timer up. Here we go. Dragon number 3 is up. And On's already at 2, so they're in a great spot here, but JAT in position first, so they're going to start it. Okay, and they use the Rift Herald in the... Oh no, the enemy team are using the Rift Herald, okay. So they're going to hurry this up. They are able to secure it on time this time. Now the fight's going to break out. Swain and Mordekaiser are both in the middle there, and Aurelia trying to get into the fight but having a hard time. And oh my god, it's hard to read what is happening here, but it looks like it's going well here for JAT. Indeed it is. Okay, let me go ahead and see if I can read this team fight better. That was very confusing. Okay. So, oh, Zin gets Mordekaiser ulted, I see. And now Swain is just here DPSing, and Aurelia manages to finally land her ulti and get in there on the back line. And once that happens, the fight is over for OTT. There you go. So that will be a 4-0 and the Dragon in favor of JAT, taking back control of this game. Losing tomorrow so we could drop to 5th seed. Is it actually possible for IQ to be the 5th seed after it's all said and done? Is that actually statistically possible? Because that's genuinely wild if it's true. How do you go from 98% chance to be the 1 seed to the 5 seed? Top 10 collapses of all time. 2nd or 5th? Is it really? Wow. Anything is possible. They feel like they have been, indeed. Look forward to seeing how if they can rebound against DS tomorrow. I know BBC ain't talking, they're always talking. That's the thing about Beer League. Win or lose, talk shit. All I know is that we're the only team to go undefeated with their main roster, so, you know.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
We did go 9-2, but we were missing our jungler, both the losses, so calling that the excuse. Meanwhile, over here, Jarvan kind of gets caught out, and Swain's gonna try to pop up the help, but ends up getting punted out by the Poppy ultimate, and then leaving Seraphine all alone, who then goes down. And Baron's coming up here soon. Is OTT gonna go for it? They definitely do have the chance to do it with Brand. No, looks like they're not. Well, they're hanging around, but Poppy is back. Poppy definitely needs to be here if they're gonna do this. Yeah, and they don't seem too sold on it. Sometimes being unable to show up is a loss, though. Yeah. Totally fair when against IQ. Guess BBC, some extenuating circumstances on that one. But it's okay. In the end, it didn't matter. A nice catch out here by Swain, and Mordekaiser are going to take down Brand. Aurelia. Oh! Getting juked out of her shoes, but still doing crazy damage with that Blade of the Ruin King. In the end, it doesn't matter. With ulti, with E, doesn't matter. I feel like I've heard first seed is bad. First seed is bad anyway. Historically, yes, first seeds tend to struggle in the playoffs. Not always. Team 2 did win it all. Last time they were the #1 seed, so take from that what you will. But yes, in general, being a top seed or a top 2 seed is no guarantee of anything in the Beer League playoffs. To be fair, we didn't have our jungler either. Yes, you did. What do you mean you didn't have your jungler? I guess you played jungle, but whatever. I jungled. Looked fine to me. Meanwhile, down here, fight breaking out here in the bot lane, Aurelia. Here, hold on, let me back up here because I'm too busy arguing with chat. Alright. So Swing gonna go ahead and going in here, and meanwhile, down in bot, Aurelia's gonna get jumped on. Jarvan trying to help, but a little too late. And then Swain ends up getting kited out and forced out of the fight, so ulti is down. But now Mordekaiser is here. He's gonna go ahead and pull in the brand and let his team clean up, and now he's gonna pop the ulti on Karma, which is an interesting choice. Probably would have gone for Caitlyn instead, but probably maybe couldn't reach. And now getting kited by Karma, which is tough. In the end, Hawk comes out ahead and they're going to grab Dragon number 3. You know, if anything, Jatios, I think having you in jungle rather than top probably helped the team. TBH. So, take that however you feel like. Game's still very close here, although Ott is on soul point. I've noticed that Caitlyn has the Healy boots, which is interesting. I mean, I guess she's got plenty of attack speed already from Phantom Dancer, so get some air quotes lifesteal. Swain currently does not have Zondias quite yet, so a few hundred gold away, so probably trying to wait to fight until he gets that, because that's a big deal for Swain. Looking for a roam here in the top lane. Are they gonna be able to get him? I mean, it is a Mordekaiser, so gank a Mordekaiser at your discretion, or at your peril? At your peril. That's what it is. Gank a Mordekaiser is always risky business. Jarvis gonna actually get caught out here, get stunned, locked down. It kind of gets baited by that ward there, it ends up going down, and now Bot's gonna start the Baron immediately. But they do have a 4v4 here, I think. Poppy doesn't have teleport quite yet. Yes, she doesn't, so I'd like to see get in on this. Oh, great Seraphine ulti, and then followed up by the Aurelia ulti. He's gonna go ahead and get in there, and Zenzao's gonna go down. Swain deep in the pit. Poppy teleports in, but it's gonna be too little too late. And I'd like to make sure they don't let the Baron drop. They should be able to secure this. No, Poppy actually manages to kill Aurelia and forces the backline to leave the fight. Mordekaiser does end up having to ult her. It does take her out, but neither team can be able to grab the Baron yet. Okay, so both teams just gonna reset now. I do like the Spirit Visage buy here by Mordekaiser. I think that when you're against a team with a Karma on it, you kind of have to outlast them and not, you know, you have to make your way through all those shields. Their damage won't be as high though, so you build some sustain items. Obviously with the Seraphine as well, that will help. So gold, 1.5k, barely matters at this point. Team's gonna start posturing for this dragon here. I would prefer if Mordekaiser was down there sooner rather than later. I would, one, I would have walked there, but two, since you're not there, I would TP now. You don't want to wait to TP in during the fight. Well, maybe you do, because Poppy doesn't have TP, so I guess you can get a numbers advantage if you force her top and then TP. So like right now, I would TP, I think. Like force off the dragon with your team while Poppy's stuck top. No, he's just going to go ahead and walk down. Okay, Poppy will follow. Swain's going to go ahead and ult and flash in. Seraphine ult's going to come in. That's going to get Brand, but it looks like he will get his combo off before he goes down. Caitlyn forced out of the fight, and Zinzao's going to go for Swain. Swain pops the Zanyas and tries to dive the Caitlyn on the back line, but Jarvan goes down, and now Xin GA coming out, and Aurelia taking lots of damage, not able to get on the target she wants, so she's going to go down. And then Mordekaiser gonna give up on the Zinzao, gonna ulti the Poppy. And Zinzao actually just walks out. He probably assumed his team would have it, but they did not have it. Doesn't have the Poppy either. Poppy able to survive the death roam and get some kills on the way out. She's gonna go ahead and get the... No, not quite Swain yet. Okay. It does eventually get in Poppy here, but now Ott is in position on this dragon, and they should get it. They have a smite. JAT has no smite, so that will be Chemtech Soul going on over to Ott. In a game like this, with these really long, protracted team fights, Chemtech Soul is huge value. Plus, I think the JAT comp starting to get outscaled as well. Get outscaled because no ADC, obviously because they have the Swain bot. And Aurelia having a little bit of trouble getting on the target she wants to. Might have to look for more flank angles. Needs to get that Caitlyn out of the picture and make it a no ADCs on either side. Easier said than done. This Hero Stratus guy might be the best player in the lobby. Hero Stratus is very good. I did try to recruit him for jungle this season. I did end up going somewhere else, but he was on my list. Sorry, hold on. I look away for 2 seconds and a huge fight breaks out. Hold on. Alright. Team's kind of converging here on Baron. Zin's going to go in, manages to get on Seraphine, has to pop something to survive, but will he end up getting her? No, he's going to go down and are going to go out, but now Swain is here. Seraphine accidentally flash plants right on top of the Xin Zhao, and ends up going down, and then Swain gets Poppy ulted out. Now Mordekaiser's here, ults the Poppy, but definitely can't kill Poppy in time, and as soon as he comes out of the death realm, he's going to get goon squatted. And definitely going to go down there. Yeah, very strange fight, all things considered. Okay. Gold's still close, but it definitely does feel like Ott is pulling away. Slammy got a list. Support L. Indeed. Indeed I do. Most undercosted support in the league. Don't tell the commissioners I said that. Oh, crazy play in by Hero Stratos, but it works out. One shots the Seraphine. And I got the most overpriced ADC in the league. Tough.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Yeah, I think JAT just kind of ran out of time on this one. But who knows? League of Legends games, weird things happen. I had a solo game earlier today where we were down probably like 8 or 9K at 20 minutes, and then we won by 26 minutes. So weird stuff happens in League of Legends. This Xin Zhao is a problem, though. I beat Castro in solo queue today. Nice. It's always fun to run into beer leaguers in solo queue randomly. I met Pyro on season reset. Oh boy, how did that go? I didn't realize it was him until it was like GG. Until it was BM. Okay. Pyro is a scary opponent. For sure. Elder Dragon coming up here. And yeah, we're gonna need a heroic steal here by JAT if they want to be able to win this game. So we're gonna go in. Let's see what happens. Randall's gonna ult early to CC him. Nice Seraphine ulti. And Vortica's gonna go ahead and ult Zin's out to pull him out of the pit, but nobody's hitting the dragon. So even though, hold on. Did Jarvan get punted? Yeah, okay. Jarvan got punted away by the Poppy ulti. So even though he could have maybe secured this Elder Dragon, he was nowhere nearby. And they do end up securing the dragon here for JAT, but they all go down. So it's not often you see that team that secures Elder ends up losing the game right afterwards, but that's what happened here. So well done to Team OTT. Things were looking rough for them for a while, but they hung in there. They found some good plays and they outscaled. So good job to them. And yep, some really big ulti plays by Poppy this game for sure. She had a huge impact around these objectives, so well done to her. Or him? Him, her? It does say cute boy, so. All right, let's go ahead and get this lobby going. Teams are going to switch sides. Okay. O2 yesterday. Why let Trevor get ego? I mean, should have beat him. We 2-0'd. When in Rome, I don't know what IQ and BBC are doing. We beat them easily with a sub jungler. So, you know, maybe it's a skill issue. That's all I'm gonna say. How did BBC versus 2 go again? Poorly for us. 2 carried by subs. If anything, we've been sunk by subs. It's just that we've been good enough to overcome having a sub multiple times this season. Carried by Stone G. True. Very thankful for Stone G. In the series they subbed for us. Yes, or in the game he subbed for us yesterday. Kind of forgot about that. Carried by Seesaw Caramel. I wish. I'm tired of the 2 in BBC yappers go IQ versus 1 in Rome. I've barely even been yapping. I just responded to what other people are saying. Also, bold time to be an IQ fan. It's tough. I'm 98% sure you've been yapping. Are you sure? 98% is not very high anymore, from what I've heard. I thought it was a really high probability, but apparently not. So. Gonna be us versus when in Rome in finals again. I do think when in Rome's looking real scary right about now. I would not be the team that has to face them in the first round. I'm spooketh. I'm torn being an IQ fan, though I don't want Richie to retire. As Richie said, he's going to retire if he finally wins a chip. I know he's been trying for a long, long time. Mel champ is fake. Yeah, I think first pick in Mel at this point is questionable, to say the least. I do like the Smolder pick though. Yeah, I like Mel a lot playing it, but even I'm like, I find it hard to justify picking it unless there's like really crazy stuff to reflect. Vermilion, speaking of the Riot API being broken, is there any like talk from them about like, are they aware that it's broken, and that they are like, are they trying to fix it? Like, do they, or are we just kind of like hoping they eventually figure it out? But do they even know that it's not working correctly? Allegedly, they're aware, but no word from them when it might be fixed. Very little comms. Yeah, that is annoying. I imagine it's not a super high priority for them, unfortunately. They announced the Valkaz spaghetti monster, flying spaghetti monster skin today. And it's a legendary skin too, which is wild. And I'm a longtime Vel'Koz enjoyer, but I want to be excited for it, but I think the skin kind of crosses the line for me in terms of like ridiculousness, that it kind of ruins it for me a little bit. So I don't know if I'll end up getting it. I'm also not a huge fan of a champion's legendary skin being a joke skin. I think it's nice that Riot can have fun. I don't mind that joke skins exist. It's just, even by joke skin standards, it's pretty crazy. And we're going for the full AP AoE comp on the side of JAT. Vlad, Ziggs, Amumu, Nautilus, my goodness. If people care enough about the stats, submitting a developer ticket to complain about it will go a long way if people do it. Yeah, sure. You're welcome to try. Tom Kench, last pick for Ott. I actually really like that pick. Tom Kench loves being dove. He gets in there with them fighters and does better than they do. So Silas, some pretty good ults to steal. And last pick for JAT, Vayne. Interesting. Okay. Is that a? I'm guessing I guess that's a Vayne top lane to go against the Ornn. I mean, I like the Vayne pick. I guess it's fine. They have enough frontline elsewhere. So, okay. Be interested to see how that actually works out. Oh, what? If Silas steals Van ulti, does he just go invisible every time he presses Q? Like, that's such a weird way. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but mechanically, well, that's such like a weird, like, out of all of his abilities to make him go invisible on, his Q has to be the least useful one. But it's kind of funny. I guess he also gets AD as well, right? I'm pretty sure Vanel gives AD. Is it Q or is it on movement ability? I assume it's on Q. Oh, hold on. I'm googling it right now. Oh, there's actually a there's a wiki article about how Silas interacts with a bunch of different champions' ultimates, so that's helpful. I never knew this existed. Oh, okay. So he gains the AD and move speed bonuses, and he gains invisibility when he casts E, not Q. So that's what the wiki says. I assume it's accurate. Also, he gains the move speed from the increased move speed, even though he doesn't have Vayne passive. That's strange. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if that's correct. That's very strange. Really, oh, we're waiting here. Let's see if there's any really strange Oh, interesting. Okay, so here's an interesting interaction, which I've never thought of before, but it makes sense. But if you're playing Silas and you steal a Darius ultimate, if you happen to have an allied Darius on your team, whether because you're playing a normal game or like you have a Viego, his bleed stacks will boost the power of your stolen Darius ult. So that's kind of fun. I guess it makes sense that it works that way, but I wonder if that's ever actually come up in a game and made a difference. Time to get into it. They are going to swap Melikoko up to the top lane and Val Devin to the mid lane here on the Vlad.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Every time I see Vlad now, I think of that
Minions
infamous
have
clip.
spawned.
Hit the Nexus, not the Vlad.
Sometimes I think this anger just...
A lot of early damage coming in from the Ziggs, but Tom Kench kind of giving the business back. I'm gonna play this matchup in mid as Mel, but I have a feeling this has to be Vlad favored, right? Because like you could just W her ulti whenever she would execute you with it. And you have a lot of sustain and no mana, so the only thing you could really reflect is his E, I guess. So I feel like that matchup has to be Vlad favored, but we'll see. One thing I really like about Zig skins, and this is a nice touch that Riot does for them, is that his Q will make, or his Q and his E will make appropriate sound effects based on whatever it is he's actually throwing, right? So in this skin, he's throwing like vials with liquid in them because he's a mad scientist. So it makes like the sound of like glass vials, which I appreciate. But you know, if you're using pool party Ziggs, it makes like water balloon noises, like bouncing water balloon. And if you're playing like arcane master Ziggs, it does like magical explosion noises. Like, I appreciate that they went to that effort to do that. Nice hook there on Smolder. And that's going to be first blood going over to the Ziggs. That burst is crazy. Through the barrier. Smolder had barrier. It didn't matter. He still gets bursted down. Now pipe breaking out here in the river. General Panda. He will get the Scuttle Crab, but he will die for it. So if you're a Mumu, you're upset that you die, but you say hashtag worth you got both Scuttle Crabs. Vlad needs to be careful. He's one good Q from going down here. Oh. There he goes. His W just came a cooldown right as he died, so. And a little too disrespectful to the Mel. When he doesn't have his W up. Ends up going down. JAT seems to switch roles a ton. Yeah, they do. I think they kind of put Val Devin as their highest cost player, so they kind of put him wherever he wants to go that game, it feels like. So I've seen him play all of jungle, mid, and top. And they're going to go ahead and get on the Ziggs here. Very nice Tom debut, and he's going to go down. He can't handle the amount of tankiness that Tom has already. And top lane not going as well for Vayne as you would think. Cute Boy kind of giving him the business up in top lane. Keeping up in CS and just forced her out of lane. So, okay. Well, in the Ornn, showing that range top who's boss. Gank coming down here. Gonna grab the Smolder. Vayne is unplayable into Ornn, you think? Unplayable for Vayne? Really? That seems questionable, but okay. He's been beating her up with the Aerie. Oh, gank coming here in the mid lane. Mel does have flash, so she should be okay. At least she will be. Goes, pops the flash here. Or does Aerie plus Q max range just so hard into Ornn? Hey, you might be right. He is maxing Q. 128 damage with Aerie. Scorch. I mean, yeah, I can kind of see it. Ornn's tanky enough that even just hitting him, you take a bunch of damage back from minions. And his Q doesn't draw minion aggro back. So. Oh, plus yeah, he has Brambles, so proccing that will also, hitting him will also proc Aerie as well. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I could see it. I guess it's more of a scaling pick for Vayne then. You're just taking the like, yeah, you can't bully the Ornn, but he probably can't stop you from farming either, so. Kench already level 6 here. Gonna go ahead and munch the Nautilus and pull him away from the fight. Ziggs gonna go ahead and ulti. Ooh, nice juke there by Nautilus, but Hook does not, goes for a very aggressive hook to try to get as much distance as possible and not quite able to hit the wall. So it does go down, and then Vayne gets one shot by the Ornn because that's something that Ornn does in top lane. This isn't what, 80% health Vayne here? Fucking Ornn, dude. Fucking Ornn. Aerie CD is based on distance traveled. I mean, I guess that makes sense because she's got to come back. So yeah, if you're in melee range, I guess the travel time's a lot shorter. I never really thought about that. But I suppose it makes sense. gonna get a big fought out here. The Moonwolf's gonna go down though, and Zig's ult as well. Lots of damage. And Silent Sen's actually taking too much damage, going down, and the Moon was still alive, survives the mom. And, you know, Smolder's gonna go down here as well, has barrier, but it's not gonna be enough. Okay. They looked like they had a pick, but they got turned on. Okay. Good job to JAT there. Plus, a nice synergy there with the Amumu passive combined with the Zig. That extra 10% damage as true damage is a lot. It ends up being a lot more than 10% extra damage in practice if it's true damage, right? So... We're gonna get engaged on here by Silas. I was gonna steal the Amumu ulti and pop it. Amumu will go down here. Kill going over to the Mel. Sat and alone with her money. Vayne's gonna go ahead and pop ulti here. She got the flash. Oh! She does manage to flash the ulti, but Silas able to CC her long enough to finish her off. Although she does end up getting the kill. Oh, coming out here, but tons of damage coming in on Smolder, and he has to... Oh, no! The Zig Satchel wasn't thrown far enough and does not kill Smolder, and now Tahm Kench is going to turn on him as well. 2 for 0 in favor of the bot lane. Smolder starting to get in some momentum. Up to 85 stacks, a bit behind his stacks. He's had a bit of a rough lane, but... that's okay. That's what the Bell's for. Let her carry for a while. Exhaust coming in on Vlad, okay. And Tahm Kench support, ladies and gentlemen, gonna 1v1 the enemy mid laner. Tahm Kench is a funny champ. Oh! Flash E right to the tower to set up the dive. Oh my goodness. Okay. Good decisiveness there by the cute boy. And yeah, I feel like Tahm Kench is the most broken, bad champion Riot's ever made. Because, like, when you see Tahm Kench and you see the things he does... Hold on here. Fight breaking out here. Amumu trying to help out Ziggs. Is it going to be enough? No, he's going to end up going down. But might be able to take down at least one in return here. Does manage to take him down. Trying to flash away. Nautilus will be able to get him out of here. And has Ignite as well, so we'll take him down. Okay.
No wars.
Now Tahm Kench is here. I'm gonna go ahead and pop Ghost. There's a run down Mel, but she's able to get the flash over the wall in time. And now Tahm Kench got stuck here with a bunch of people. And he's tanky, but I don't think he's quite that tanky. He is not. We'll end up going down here. And yeah, no, sorry, my thought on Ornn is that, Tahm Kench is that you see the things Tahm Kench does in the game, especially at support, and he looks so insanely broken and disgusting, but then, like, he's a bad champ. Like, objectively, like, he's a bad champion. It's just very funny that champion has such high highs and such low lows. He looks busted as hell while being garbage. And it's just kind of a funny space that he occupies in the balance spectrum. Whereas I feel like Sona's the opposite. Sona's kind of busted as hell, but it's not really super obvious that she's doing anything other than ulti. Ooh. Gank coming on here on the Ziggs, but he is able to turn and get the kill on Smolder before he goes down. Ziggs very good at that. Ziggs has lots of bursts, so even if he goes down, he's often able to take a priority target down with him. I don't like the build though. I don't like the build. Blackfire Torch with CDR boots on Ziggs. I don't like it. I really think you have to itemize your burst on Ziggs. You're really not like a... You don't want to wear him down over time on Ziggs. You want to burst him, in my opinion. Got a 3k goal lead here. Ooh, Mel's gonna go ahead and get caught out. He's gonna go down, and Klaus is gonna get it. Go ahead and on him as well, trying to help out. And lost a little of the wall to go into the knowledge, but not able to finish him off. Tom Kench ults to save him, but goes down in the process and ends up going down to the vein afterwards. So great play here for JAT. Ornn is teleported in here, but too little too late. Disagree? Based on what? What are we disagreeing? Speak. Dragon going on over to JAT, so finding a way to win the fight despite being behind. And securing the dragon, okay. Are we talking about the Ziggs build? I don't know. I mean, you can build them however you want. I just, with you, I don't think Ziggs has to be burst. Ah, I see. I mean, I don't think you have to be. I just think that I've played a lot of Ziggs over the years, and in my experience, he's just way better when played for burst, in my opinion. But that's just my experience, so. And he is going Shadow Flame second by the looks of it, so kind of a weird mishmash build here. Yeah, especially like in this game too, like they're really relying on the Smolder and to do damage, because otherwise their DPS is quite low. So if you could just burst the Smolder, look at that. With the burst build, that Smolder's dead. That's all I'm saying. If you had Ludens and Sorchus instead, that is a dead Smolder. I think Leandri's poke is very good here. That part is true. I think if you're setting up minefields and poke it with Leandri, I think that's fine. But I also think that your team kind of has that covered. You've got Vayne, you've got Vlad, you've got a Mumu. I don't know. I just feel like your team's kind of lacking in the burst department, so I think picking up the select on that would have been better, in my opinion. But that's okay. I have noticed that in general that Ziggs tends to struggle finishing off targets because it's all skill shots, right? So having as much burst as possible so you have fewer skill shots you need to hit makes a big difference. Fight breaking out here. Ornn on the backside gets CC, not able to get multi off, but now the fight's gonna break out. Tom Kent's gonna land on the Ziggs. They're gonna try to peel for him, but he is gonna go down, but not before the rest of his team goes down. And Tom Kench here going to try to escape, but not going to be able to. Let's go ahead and look at the fight again, because there was multiple things happening here. Okay, so Ornn is on the back, and he tries to ulti to engage, but not able to get it off. So, and he just gets collapsed on by the entirety of JAT. And now the fight's going to break in, but we're going to have, yeah, the Vlad and Vayne are just going crazy here. Now that their front line is not able to front line. Yeah, and that's going to be a 5 for 1 in favor of JAT. I will say this also, Vermilion, is that obviously I tend to play a lot more games in higher elos, like Emerald and up. And I think that burst has higher value and higher elos. I think that is a true statement. Just because you catch it, you gotta kind of, in order to get kills on good players, you kind of have to catch them by surprise a lot more with damage that they don't expect. And burst is obviously just better at that. So
Blue team's turret
I think that's
has
also
been
part of the
destroyed.
reason. And plus, higher elo players are also better at not letting Ziggs just throw bombs at them forever. Because they're playing their assassins and their juggernaut and their divers and stuff, and they just don't let you throw. So you got to get as much impact out of your as few spells as possible. So, that is definite. That's just kind of colors my opinion on that one. Burn builds are fun, but they definitely do take time, and in higher level games you often don't have the time. Can't come up here in the top lane. Van is kind of starting to get going here. Has Rachel here pretty soon. Should have it now once she backs. They did rework static here, which in theory would be good on Vayne, but it's actually worse because, assuming that it works the way I think it does, once you proc static and it applies the on hits to multiple targets, it'll cleanse any silver bolt stacks you happen to have. So it's actually hard. You might accidentally cleanse your own silver bolt stacks by proccing Shiv, the new Shiv. So it might actually be worse on Vayne. So goodbye that wave clear item option, I suppose. Team's moving here on Dragon. Trying to catch Ziggs here on the rotation. I like the idea. Dragon is going to be started here by JAT. They're going to go on it, trying to zone them away from the pit as much as possible. So I was looking for an in. He's going to go for it here, and he's going to go in. He does steal the dragon. Okay, and now the fight's going to break out using Oh my god, I'm having trouble keeping track of what's going on here. Sorry, let me back up here for a second. Okay, so he does steal the dragon, but misses the E, so now he's going to get engaged on here. Amumu ulti hasn't been used yet. Orange going on the back line, but he's all alone here. Tomcat's trying to help out, but is getting melted by the Vayne. Okay, and they kind of just, they do lose the dragon, but in the ensuing fight, they split Ott in two and just pick off targets, which is what you want to do in team fights whenever you have that option. Divide and conquer, right? And now JAT's going to go ahead and move right on to Baron here, but against a Smolder and Mel that are still ready to fight, this is a potentially scary Baron here. Ooh, Mel reflects the Nautilus hook, but doesn't quite have the effect she was hoping for. And now, gonna go back to the Baron here. Pretty fast take here with the Vayne. That indeed will be Baron going on over to JAT. Yeah, I do kind of agree with you where I kind of just dislike Blackfire as well. I think Ludens is in a lot better spot than it has been in the past compared to Blackfire. I think Burst is a lot more valuable, or a lot more accessible and valuable this season compared to previous seasons. Historically, Blackfire has been better than Ludens, even on champions you think Ludens would be better on, but I don't know if that's true anymore. I just like the feel of Ludens more. You know, it adds an extra 20 AP and it's a little bit cheaper, and you definitely feel it. About 5k goal in here for JAT. Catch out here on time pinch, but he's going to be able to get away for now. Obviously, great siege here with the Ziggs. Ooh. Gets the Bubble ulti off, but does not manage to land the Ziggs because he misses the E. Not able to get into the whole team, and now the fight is going to break out here. Mel tries to get an ulti off, but not able to actually execute anybody. Ornn's coming in here on the side, ulti coming in, but no real follow-up. Ooh, nice satchel charge there by Ornn to knock him back away from his tower. He has to flash over the wall. Now, JAT should be able to siege here. Probably don't want to hit the mid-tier Ziggs here. You want to stay in range up the tower so you can hit it and use your satchel to execute the tower in just a second here. I think that's probably all you're going to get from this Baron push, at least in mid lane. And they seem to agree. They're going to back off. And that Dragon Steel by Ott could end up making a big difference this game, because now it means that JAT is on soul point still. But we'll see. Is this game 5? Yeah, definitely. That's why you could, if you look at the numbers at the top and add 1, you can figure out what game it is. So yes, 1 plus 0, 1 plus 1 equals 5. Indeed. Game 7, actually. And sorry, I'm too busy roasting chat to commentate the game properly. Mel kind of gets caught out here, engaged on. Silas here, gonna steal a Nautilus ulti, but ends up just getting turned on and going down. Now Ziggs gonna go ahead and TP in here, does the Ziggs ulti and combined with the Kama, able to take down Mel. I love the new comment, by the way. I will talk about that in a second once this fight's over here. There's no number on JAT, smartass. Yeah, because it's a 0. If there's no number, it's a 0. No number is not the same as 0? Yes, it is. What, we were supposed to assume that? Yes. Yes, you were. Yes, you were indeed. This guy does not number. Coming from Mr. 98% guy over here? Nope. It's not null, it's a 0. I'm not going to put an actual 0 in the box. What's the point of that? That's just extra typing for no reason. Tough crowd. Casters that go the extra mile get paid. That's definitely not true. That is definitely not true.
Blue team has been destroyed.
How would you know? Because I've been cast. I've probably how many series do you think I've probably casted at this point? I've been casted since season 8. So past 6 seasons. I probably cast 50 games a season. I've cast a few hundred series here. Meanwhile, Fight's breaking out here. Mumu getting a great ulti off, but not great follow-up by his team so far. And Mel's on the back doing some flanking, but the Vayne is online. You probably get an exception in most contexts. Team with Sunfire winning, that is true. And if only Ziggs had a Sunfire, he probably wouldn't have been so close to dying. Okay.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
JAT gonna go ahead and... No, they're not. They're not starting it yet. They said, you know what? We got a lot of money. Let's go spend our money first. He just got hurt, got invited to a lobby. I got invited to an ARAM, obviously. You can receive game invites while you're spectating a live match. Don't ask me why. But when it shows that when you're spectating a live match, like from the lobby, it doesn't show you as spectating. It just shows you as online, so you can still receive invites. But yeah, you might be right. It might be, the game might be ending. So I have a feeling one more team fight here. It probably is over here. But yeah, gonna go ahead and grab the Baron here. Hot gonna try to contest going in. JAT does manage to secure the Baron, and yeah, that'll be it here, I think. I don't think there's any way they win the team fight without after losing Baron. And indeed, they will not. And everybody's going down. We are indeed going to game 3. Late game smolder, not quite enough. Whoa, actually, not putting up a valiant defense so far, but will it be enough? So far, yeah. Not end, or JAT not ending yet. Give it a second. Okay, now it's over. All right, JAT with their season on the line steps up and wins game 2. So we are indeed going to a game 3 here. Let me go ahead and get set up here. I keep forgetting to mute my client, so let me do that right now before I forget again. Sound. There we go. We got the client muted. I don't know why they don't use the time after the game to get ready for the next one, because I swear they're just like, they're never ready to draft, even though they have like a good 5 minutes. JAT going undefeated from now until they're champs, that would be quite the story. That would be quite the story indeed. All right, and they're both going to be 1-1. We just don't know what size yet, so. Pretty late series here. What game is this draft? I bet you can figure it out. I believe in you. Star Hockey 3636. I know you can do it. Where the fuck is Castro? Indeed. He rage quit out of an ARAM Mayhem earlier. I don't blame him. That game mode sucks. I hate ARAM Mayhem. I like the idea of it, but actually playing it, ugh. All right, and they are getting on with the draft here, so they're going to switch sides once again, as they love to do. But that's okay. JAT with the insta-lock. Leona first pick. I love it. I love the confidence. Might be misguided, but I still love the idea. Immediately counterpicked by the Thresh. Kind of tough, but hey. Just tell that bitch to praise the sun. You know. I'm sure he'll oblige or whatever. He is a shadow guy, so sun should be good against him. I know people complain about Mage's bot, and I get why, because if you're playing a regular ADC and you're against a Mage bot, it could be really tough to lane against. But I actually really appreciate that Mage's bot are like a viable, accepted thing now, because it opens up so many team comp opportunities elsewhere. Because you, like, if you're not gonna pick an AD marksman bot, that just gives you other options and other roles, right? Whereas before, if you were always picking a champ like Jinx or Caitlyn bot lane, that kind of pigeonholes you into playing certain comps, because now you don't want to pick AD mid because you have AD bot, AD top, and you don't want to pick ADCs in other roles in other lanes because you already have one bot lane. You don't want to have too many. No, I like that. JAT was able to use that to their advantage last game. They picked the Ziggs bot to win lane, and then the Vayne top to scale and still have an AD carry. So you just have a lot more options for team comps when you can play Mage's bot. So I get why ADCs don't like it, but ADCs can suck it. ADC is the least relevant lane when it comes to counter picks. I can't bring in myself to feel too sorry for them. They occasionally have to lane against mages. Poppy space rating with 4 raiders. Okay, I have no idea who you are, but I won't complain. Cassiopeia and Gnar. Okay. So blind pick Gnar in top lane. Guess whatever Ott decides to pick. Very heavy CC comp here for JAT, but solid DPS as well. Well, MF not so much, but Cassiopeia. I mean, MF DPS is good way later, but like way late game once you get to like 4 or 5 items. But early on, it's definitely all about that ult. Late game MF auto damage is pretty fun though. She probably has the highest auto attack burst of any ADC in the game at the very end. It's because you have like auto, like your passive, your love tap with all that AD, it just does insane damage. And it will be Jace. Last pick here for Ott to go against the Gnar. Okay. No true traditional tank here for Ott. Gonna rely on Wukong and Thresh to hold the line versus the Gnar, Sejuani, Leona. So we'll see if they can manage it. Syndra, kind of a tough one, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what to make of Syndra as a champion anymore because she's like not the lane bully she used to be, but now she scales, but not against tanks. Like it's a weird champion design now. Got an invite from Pyroan. Yeah, sorry, dude. I'm a little busy at the moment, but I appreciate it. I'll say I definitely do like the JAT comp better overall. But the big X factor of this game is that Ott does have Jinx. And Jinx is a crazy champion. You can be winning, and then Jinx gets excited, and suddenly she just got a quadra kill, and now you're in trouble. Is casting or playing more fun? I like them both in different ways, honestly. I've gained more of an appreciation for watching fights and games as a whole by casting, which has been fun. It's actually harder than I expected going into it, because when you're playing, you're kind of just focusing on your own bit for the most part, hoping the rest of it works out. But when But yeah, actually casting team fights and keeping track of like all the like watching and seeing where all the big cooldowns are going off and really understanding and commentating a fight so that you really grasp what happened is can be pretty difficult at times, which is why I have to rewind a decent chunk of team fights just so I could see what the hell just happened. But you know, plus I think it just makes sense to rewind and rewatch the big team fights, right? Because that's the most exciting part of League is the team fights. The most exciting part, the most impactful part of every game. So it just seems natural that you would want to rewind those big 5v5s and see them again. So it is less stressful to cast because I can hop on here and be like, yo, dude, we're gonna like cast like these 2 beer league teams or whatever. And that guy, like, wow, he got like a lot of kills and stuff. And it like, I barely even have to pay attention a lot of the time when I'm casting because there's no pressure to perform. And beer league doesn't have enough casters to just fire me, so got my job security, air quotes on job because they don't pay me, but it's fun. I enjoy doing it. It's tough on your voice, I will say that. Yapping a lot. AI caster incoming. Oh god. Please no. Not my unpaid job. Anything but that. How far are we in this cast, by the way? 2 hours and 11 minutes. All right. One of my longer casts in a while, but that's okay. you know, given the implications of this series and the consequences and all that good stuff, you know, you want to see a 3-game series, right? You don't just want to snooze fest 2-0 with playoffs on the line. What's the fun in that? The only playoff series I want to see be a 2-0 are the ones that I play in our favor. Those I'm fine with being 2-0 or 3-0 if you get farther, but the rest of them, I want to see some more games. I'm definitely going to bed after this series, though. I am tired. Oh, actually made it to the end of the. Actually made it to the end of the music video. I don't think that's ever happened before. I've just gotten to the end, all the way through. All right, and in we go. realized I never did rune check last game. I don't think, but that's okay. I'm sure they were all fine. We do have PTA Misfortune here, which is actually my preferred rune setup when I play Misfortune.
Welcome to Summoner's
It's definitely a more aggressive laning setup, but I personally enjoy it. I think having that extra, like, Misfortune's lane's pretty strong, so having that extra laning kill pressure, it really helps, I think. Storm Raider is on Cassiopeia. I guess it makes sense. And then summon Aerie on Syndra. That's interesting. Okay, does make the harass better, I suppose. Okay, here we go. Change scene? Oh, did I not have it on the right one? Oh, my bad. I thought I switched it. Thank you, Too Easy. I'm glad you said something. I meant to change it. I must have. I like it like this. It's like a radio cast. The old. Can you imagine like a lead cast, like the fucking old timey baseball radio voice? Oh my goodness, that'd be crazy. Okay. Early gank coming in here, level 3 gank by Hero Stratos, and that's gonna blow the Cassiopeia Flash. That's the first real early gank I think we've seen in the series. It's mostly just been straight farming, other than that. I think it's good for Wukong to do that. I don't think Sejuani can really punish it, so. Kill here? Nope, not quite enough damage yet. Wukong gonna opt to not do his blue. Oh, Wukong gonna smite it. He actually got the Subtle Crab got pushed into the brush there where only he had vision, so he wins the smite war by default. And forces Sejuani out, so smart call by him there to just skip blue and realize he could cheese the Scuttle Crab there. The top lane. Oh my god. Nice led there by Jace, gonna grab first blood. Although I have a feeling Wukong's about to get second blood. Oh no, and now Wukong has to flash. That felt a little premature, but in the end, Wukong does grab both Scuttle Crabs. So strong start for him. Ooh. Nice hook there by Thresh. I realized they actually have just noticed Ott has role swapped. Support, mid and support have swapped roles here. I didn't pay attention in drafts. Has Rengar been banned? Yes, it has been banned every game. So that is why we have not seen the General Panda Rengar special. They don't want that smoke. We do not want the smoke. Jace opting not to go, opting not to go for the tier, goes straight for the Dirk. Wants the snowball here. Despite the early pressure, actually big CS lead here for Cassiopeia. Oh god, I already hate it. We're going Bloodthirster Rush on Misfortune. I'm gonna be real with you. This is a... Hold on, let me actually commentate this fight first. They are kind of getting an all-in here, but... Ott's gonna go ahead and grab the dragon while this is happening. This is a ransom... This is a personal rant of mine. I have no idea where MF players got the idea that they should rush Bloodthirster, but I really, really, really hate it. I really hate it. It doesn't do damage. It costs 3,400 gold. It builds out a BF sword. It's terrible. It's so bad. I don't... especially on MF. Why on MF of all people you would rush Bloodthirster? I don't know. The only ADC I could feasibly see Bloodthirster Rush being okay on is Draven, and even then I still don't like it. But MF, why? I'm baffled as to how it became a thing. But every time I see it, I'm gonna say it. Every time I see it in Beer League, I'm gonna call it out. I think it's genuinely that bad. And it's not against, like, a poke lane either. Like, if you were against, you know, Karma Ezreal, I could maybe see it. I still wouldn't like it, but I would get it. But here, like, why? Anyway. Soapbox over. Another gank coming in here in the mid lane. Does see it in time, though, so should be okay. Does have flash as well, if need be. Gonna go ahead and pop Q. But now, gonna get collapsed on by Thresh. Reads the flash. Nice 4-man stun by the Cassiopeia, but it is for naught. I would like to see Gnar just using his ult there when he gets the chance. Oh, Cinder actually manages to yoink one of the Void Grubs. Okay. One thing I don't see Gnar players do very often, and I think they should do more, is when they're in lane and they're fighting. All right, guys, I'm trying to talk about Gnar. Can you guys not do what you're doing? Thank you. Okay. Gnar's ulti is actually a pretty low cooldown. It's only 90 seconds at rank 1. I think that if you're fighting someone when you're Mega Gnar after level 6 and you're in lane, I think it's totally fine to just ult them, even for the just for like the damage and the stun. It doesn't have to be like an all-in situation, right? Like, yeah, you don't need to get a kill out of it to use the ulti, because like it's a 90-second cooldown. It'll be back up again by the next time you need it, right? Just use it. Just use the ulti. Get a nice little chunk of damage, and then maybe you can get a kill with mini farm afterwards, or you know, pressure the lane more. I don't like holding it. I don't really see a reason to. But anyway. Love the soapboxing from Samurai Jack this game. Shut up, caster. We don't care what you think. Just cast the game. Ooh, nice juke there by Thresh. Cassiopeia should be fine here. Oh, Jinx ult comes in, and she actually ends up moving into it. Saw the pings coming and tried to juke it, but actually put herself in more danger. Ended up going down. So nice start here for Odd. Tough start here for Valdevin, but he's farming well, so he'll be okay. Trying to set up a gank here, but Wukong here as well. And why the fuck is directed cam going top? Because Jace's getting a solo kill. No one cares. Let's watch the bot lane fight. Yeah, tough one here for Gnar. All right, now back to the action. Okay, so when are going to go in on Wukong? Hooks coming on Leona, and MF gets her ulti off, does a good chunk of damage, and that's going to be enough to force Wukong to try to back out of the fight. But Sejuani is just kind of getting yanked around here, and she eventually goes down, and now Jinx is excited. And bad things happen when Jinx is excited. And Cassiopeia is going to roam down here, see if he can clean up. Gets one so far, gets two so far. Can we just press E on her? I think that's going to be enough, and that's going to be a triple kill for the Cassiopeia. Probably didn't even need to die there if she just pressed E right away, I think. Jinx was so low. I mean, I guess the regular E just is like no damage, but still. Very nice roam down bot by the Cassiopeia. Gonna get a triple kill out of the deal. Gonna kind of catapult her back into the game. Now she's up 1.5k on her lane opponent, despite being 0-3 literally 30 seconds ago. Okay. Still, I think you're still overall happy with how that all went down. If your team Odd, Jinx is well on her way. Move in here on Dragon number 2. Sejuani says, let it go. We're not in position to contest. Cassiopeia's gonna roam up to the Jace here, but he has flash. He should be fine. Does get the Cassiopeia all off, but all the extra tank stats from the hammer form lets him live long enough to survive the CC and then kill Cassiopeia on the return. But then you get an extra 30%. How much is it? Sorry, hold on. There's a fight breaking out here in the bot lane. Yeah, no, whatever. No one cares. I'm trying to read abilities. Hammer form. Melee in gaining how much? 32 armor and MR. Yeah, he definitely would have died if he was still on range for him. So, well played by him. The Bloodthirster has arrived for MF, so the bad item has been achieved. But hey, at least he got sustained. Sejuani gonna go ahead and get engaged when you're in the jungle. Now we're gonna try to help, but not going to have enough, I don't think. He's going to have to bail. Actually, might not be able to bail. Oh, he's going to flash in. Goes for the ulti. Does he have the damage to finish off Wukong? Yes, he does, but is he going to be able to get out afterwards? I think the answer is no. Oh, very nice hook there by MF. Pulls her into the tower. And that's going to be Jinx getting excited, and that should be a double kill here for Jinx. Indeed, it will. It looked good right up until that right up until that hook. The hook is nasty. Okay. And great early game here for Ott, up 3,500 gold and 2 dragons, so they're in great position. Especially with the Jinx getting fed as well, huge gold lead in the bot lane. We'll see if Valdevin can put on his carry pants and pull his team back in this game. Gonna go on Thresh here, but Thresh deceptively tanky here. Gonna be just fine. Poor Gnar is kind of getting the business here by Jace. Cassiopeia able to just survive the Syndra ulti here. Gonna have to back. Should back. Nope, gonna go ahead and go down here to the Wukong, very greedy. I mean, it was gonna be Wukong or Syndra. So, definitely should have just left. And Satin alone has done a good job with his, angling his hooks unexpected ways. To get some nice sneaky hooks that has kind of helped his team win fights, so well done to him. Fight gonna break out here. Syndra gonna pop over the wall with the blast plant, and then realize that was a mistake and flash back over the wall. But now the fight's gonna break out. Wolfman's gonna go ahead and hop in the Rift Herald, and that ulti goes off. It would have been a great ult, but it gets canceled immediately. Tough. Oh no. Jace does go down, but so does the rest of Team JAT, and this game's slipping away from him here. And now, yeah, you're in a tough spot. You're down about 7k. You kind of just have hope for AoE Wombos winning the day, but I don't know if it'll be enough. Might be far behind, especially against a Jinx. You know, all it takes is 1 kill for Jinx, and she starts going crazy, which is really hard to play against when you're behind. So we'll see. Go ahead and catch up just a little bit here. Poor Gnar just cannot handle Jace. There. Gonna go for a flank here on Gnar. Rest in peace, Gnar. Well, he's still alive so far, but I don't think he's gonna make it out of here. He will not. Rest in peace, Malagumbo.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Wow, Ott's gonna go ahead and go for the Baron right away. Immediately calls for it. And JAT has no idea. Although I'm not sure if they could do anything about it, even if they did know. And Ott clearly playing with a sense of urgency, which I like. You get a big lead, you keep pushing the lead, you put them down fast. You don't fuck around and give them a chance to get back in the game. So I like it. I like the decisive, immediate Baron call. Looking for some cheesy foot action here. Okay. I don't think it's gonna happen. Unless Valdevin can bait this. And that's exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna get flashed on here. Oh yeah, Arbide Wukong, and now the fight's gonna break out. MFL coming in, but has to stop. Now the fight's gonna be Mega Narius here gets a decent ulti here, but do they have? I don't know if JAT has the damage here, even with the numbers advantage. They don't, and they're all gonna go down. Nope. So Majwani's gonna leave, and Jason's like, all right, you guys got this covered, right? I'm just gonna keep pushing the lane. And a nice attempt by JAT. I don't mind it. I don't mind the attempt. They just don't quite have the damage to make it happen. Go ahead and actually try to hit the dragon here, even with Ott on their way. I mean, they're almost certainly going to die for this, even if they get it, but that's probably worth it. Okay, they get it. Can they get out after? How many of them can get out afterwards? And maybe you can get a crazy MF ulti here, but well, they're actually, I was going to say, they're all going to survive, but no. Cinder Stun says no. But they do deny the Dragon Soul for now, at least, so I'm not really sure how that happened. That he's gonna come out. Now the dive will commence. And Jake's gonna get excited, and that might be game here already. We already got super minions pushing it in the top lane. I think if they just say fuck this tower, go end the game. And that's exactly what they just realized. They say, hell with it. Fuck, tower doesn't matter. We're just going to go ahead and push to end here. And there you go. We'll conclude this series. You know, tough one here for JAT. They had a huge rebound in game 2, but in game 3, they kind of came out flat. And kind of lost right from the get-go. And yeah, Ott, great job rebounding here and closing out the series. So as far as the playoffs are concerned, JAT is eliminated, and Ott has locked in the number 8 seed. So we do have our final 8 for the Stout League determined. So the only thing really left now is a couple series in terms of overall seeding, but we do have the 8 teams set up. So there you go. And fun series. You know, just a tough one here for JAT, but that's how it goes. and hopefully they'll be back next season, and we can see if they can take another run at it. And yeah, that'll be it for me tonight. And we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody.